So team, let's start today's session. So yesterday we have covered about the Windows Server installation, and after that we have installed the SQL Server, and then we have installed the SSMS. So let me start this VM.
Abhishek, have a doubt.
Yes, yes. Ask me.
You are saying about one port number. Can you tell about this?
See, port number basically we are not managing. The port number will be managed by the network and firewall team. So ports are there, so they will make the port open, so that connection will be established.
Any specific port or depend on the like this?
1433 is the default port number for the SQL Server.
Okay.
Later we will discuss, no issue, that default when we are going with the uh, high availability concept, then we will discuss about the what port number we are using. Mirroring, we are also using the port number. So we will discuss at that time.
Okay.
Can anyone tell me what is the command to check the IP address?
IP
IP
con.
Yes, right. So 192.168.1.5. So team, see, yesterday it was changing. Yesterday it was 192.168.1.10, but now today it is showing 5. Can anyone tell me?
I think you are some other place.
See, actually, as of now, we have a dynamic IP is there, but later when we will go with the high availability concept, we will assign some IP to the virtual machine. So at that time, we will log in with the specific IP only. See, I'm able to take the RDP now. So see, yesterday we have installed the SSMS. So nothing required in the SSMS. We simply need to run as administrator, and it will be click on install, and it will be installed within 3 to 4 minutes. And after that, we need to reboot the server if it is required. So where it will be now, we need to go to the Microsoft SQL Server Tools 18, and here you can see the SSMS. See, Microsoft. Let me expand this. Go down. See, Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio. See, all the activities we are as a DBA, what we are doing, we will do in this SSMS only. We can also connect to the SQL Server using the CMD, but in the critical situation, we are connecting with the CMD when you are in the single user mode. But most of the task for the DBA will be done in this SSMS only. See, this is our server name. Now I will click on connect. So if you have multiple instances, we can browse for more and click on database engine. Then you can see here the instance name. As of now, we have only one instance, so only one instance is showing. Click on connect. See, this is the complete interface for the SQL Server. Let me expand the database. See, as of now, we don't have any database. So let me expand the system database. See, we have as of now 4 system databases there. And there is one more system database which is known as resource DB. But resource DB is a hidden database. So master is there, model is there, MSDB is there, and tempdb is there. And after that, we have resource DB. So if anyone asks you that how many system databases is there, your answer will be 5, including the resource DB. So this is where we can check the database. Please simply expand this database column and you can see the database. This is for the security region, that when we are creating, we need to create logins. So all the logins will be here. If you want to create the logins, we can create with the help of this logins, new login. These all are the server roles. Later we will discuss about what is the server roles and what are the DB roles. This is for the audit related things. This is for the replication. When we are going to set up the replication, this is for the replication. This is for the always on. As of now, it is not configured, so it will throw an error. So one more question is there where we can check the error logs. Any idea about this? Suppose something user is not able to connect to the SQL server. User is saying that, hey, I'm not able to connect to the SQL server. So how you are going to check that? What is the error? Anyone? See, for the error logs, we can go to the SQL Server agent. Expand this, go down, error logs is there. See, click on this. Now this is showing for the agent. Uncheck this and click on the SQL Server. See, this will show you all the logs. See, starting up the temp database temp, clearing temp database, everything is shown here. If any user is trying to connect to the SQL server and if he's not able to connect, you will get the logs here. So how to check the logs? See, click on that. See here you will see the error message. Suppose user is not able to connect to the SQL server. So here one message will be displayed that this is the issue, and based on that error message, we need to resolve the issue. Fine. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. Am I audible now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yes. So this is the error logs. So suppose we are not able to connect to the SQL server. Fine. So where we will check the error logs? Hello.
Yes.
Abhishek, I think there is one folder in the C drive.
Yes, right.
So
Suppose if you are not able to connect to, see, we are only able to connect to the SQL server when the SQL services are up. Fine. If it is down, we will not be able to connect to the SQL server. Let me go to the configuration manager. See, this is the configuration manager. We can see the what services are running, what services are not running. See, as of now, full text is running, SQL server is running, server browser is stopped, agent is running. So let me suppose if anyone told you to stop the SQL server, right click on this and click on stop. See, when we are stopping the SQL server, it will automatically stop the agent also. But when we are restarting the SQL server, we need to manually restart the server and agent. Fine. Let me refresh this. See, SQL server is stopped and our agent is also automatically stopped. So let me go to here. See, this is the refresh button. You can refresh using this button. See, now it will throw an error.
Yeah. Have a doubt.
Yeah, ask me.
Yeah. Difference between this SQL Server and SQL Server agent. Can you?
See, agent SQL server, basically, see, this error we are getting that we are unable to connect. So this is
Hmm.
because services are down. Let me start this. I will back to your question. Let me start the SQL server. See, agent is not automatically started. Let me refresh this. See. So again, we need to start the while stopping agent will be automatically stopped, and while restarting, we need to manually restart this agent. Fine. See, basically, this is our DB. Fine. So here we will get the information about the DB. So basically, agent is basically used for the automation related things. So automation means what here? Suppose sir, agent is down. Let me stop this agent. See, agent is down, but still we are able to connect to the SQL server. Let me refresh this. See, we are able to connect. Let me again refresh this. We are able to connect. There is no issue at the database level. But see here it is showing SQL Server agent is disabled. So a SQL Server agent is basically used for the automation related things. Suppose we need to automate the backup. When we will discuss about the backup, we will discuss about the maintenance plan, and we will configure the maintenance plan with the help of SQL Server agent. So basically agent is used for the automation related things. Suppose we want to automate the things. Suppose we want to run our index job at a specific time. Then with the help of the SQL Server agent, we are scheduling one maintenance plan, and maintenance plan we will give some time, date, that weekly, monthly, whatever, and it will be automatically run. We don't have to run it manually. So these all things will be done by the SQL Server agent. Is your doubt
Okay.
clear?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. So let me see. I am now going to download one sample database. Is there? See, this is the sample database. So it will contain so many tables will be there, so many rows will be there, so many columns will be there. Just a minute, just a minute. I'm getting one call. Am I audible now? Am I audible now?
Yes.
Yeah, see,
Yeah.
this is the sample database. So it will contain so many of tables will be there, uh, columns will be there, many things will be there. So this is the one sample, and we are downloading, and we will restore in our the instance. So we can do all the activity like backup and restore. I can show you that how many tables are there. Later we will do many things. So let me download this. So we are using the SQL Server 2019. So click on this. So what I will do, I will copy this and I will move to this my system server. Basically, this is the backup of file, backup of one database, adventure works. So we are going to restore this. See, restore part we will discuss later, but as of now, I'm doing this simple restore. We can also rename the database, but as of now, I'm keeping it as adventure works 2019. See, I have taken the script of this and I will click on execute. And this is completed successfully. Let me refresh this DB. See, now we have, this is our user database. So we can source. So this is the adventure works 2019. So we can see tables will be there. See, all these are the tables. Because we suppose I want to create the manual database. So I want to create so many of tables. So that's why the Microsoft has given this sample database for the practice purpose. So you can do the practice. Fine. If you have any doubt, you can ask me as of now.
No doubt.
Okay, fine. So this database we have created, this database we are calling it as user database. So let me start with the first system database. So basically first will be, which one is the first system database? So first one is our master. See, this is our master now. So first one will be our master. See, if you are going for the interview, they will ask you so many questions from the system database. So we will discuss the scenario based that if any master is stopped, will the SQL services will be a start. So this type of question they will ask you. So any idea about what is master database? Anyone? What basically do
Abhishek,
master?
like,
Yeah, tell me.
it store like all system level information,
Yes, right.
like server level setting,
Yes,
system level
yes,
setting.
yes. So basically, it
Oh,
will store the, but yeah, basically it will store the path of other data files and log files. This is the first one. Let me. See, we have data files is there and log files is also there. So basically, it will store the path that in which path it is stored, data and files. So all this information will be stored inside the master database, and it also contains the system object, like how many tables are there, columns, all the metadata. So this is the very important and critical database. We can say that this is the one of the core database to manage the SQL Server. Fine. So it will also contains information about the logins. Logins are there in the SQL Server. Later I will show you. A remote server, linked server is also there. So it will contain information about this also. Endpoint also it will contain information. So basically we can say this is the master of the SQL Server. This is the brain of the SQL Server. Fine.
Yeah.
So all the instance level configuration will be there stored in the master database. So let me ask you one question. Suppose if master is done, are we able to start the SQL Server?
no, I think.
Yes, right. See, this is the brain of the SQL Server. So if master is stopped, SQL services, we will not able to start the SQL services. Fine, this is the interview question. So if there is no master, we can't start the SQL Server. Fine. So this was all about the master. So what was the next? What was the next DB?
MSDB model.
Model. You are on mute.
Okay, sorry. So hello, audible now?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Abhishek.
see, second one is the model. So what models means here? Basically, it will act as a template for the new database. Fine. See, the word model itself says, suppose we are saying now that, yeah, Sarukh Khan is our role model. Fine. Then we are copying their styles. We are copying their dress. In the same way, model DB is also there. So what information will be there in the model DB? The another DB which you are creating, this will copy the same information. Are you getting my point?
Can you explain?
See what model means. Simply, we are saying that yeah, he's my role model. So what
Yeah, I
does it mean?
understand.
That we are copying everything from that our role model. We are copying their lifestyle. We are copying their dressing. We are copying their hairstyle. Fine. So same thing is also there in the model. What information will be there in the model? The same will be copied when we are creating a new database. I will show you. Let me show you.
Like what type of database?
Yeah. See, I will go to properties. Fine. I will go to options. Sorry, files. So see here it is, we have two files there, model dev is there and model log is there. So size of the file is 8 MB and another size of the file is log file is the 8 MB. So let me change this. Fine. I change this to 200. I change this to 50. Fine. Now I will click on OK. Fine. Again, let me go to properties. Files. See, now this is the size of the model dev, means model data file. See, when we are creating any database, two files is created. Fine. One is the data file and one is the log file. So model dev is here the data file and model log is the log file. Let me expand this. See, this one is the model dev, which is the data file, and this is the model log, which is the log file. And we have already extended the size. Now the model dev size is 200 MB and the model log size is 50 MB. Fine. So now what does it mean? That when we will create, earlier it was 8 MB. Fine. Now we have expanded size to 200 MB. So now when we will create any database, it will copy the same information. Let me show you.
Okay, understand.
New database. Let me give this as SBI. Fine. See, this is copying the same information. 200. Are you getting my point?
Yeah, I understand.
See, this
Yeah.
is the initial size of the model. So let me cancel this. Let me again show you. I will click on model, go to properties. Now I'm again changing the size. So 100. Fine. Oh, 10. Fine. Okay. Now again I will create a database. So again it will take the same information. See 10 and 19 is it is taking. So basically it will take the same information what is there in the model. Fine. Let me create this. I will show you one more thing. And now I will click on OK. See, this is user database is created now. Fine. See, model, properties.
Recovery model is also copied, na?
Yes, sir. I've been showing you the same. See, here the recovery model is full. The recovery model, in which model it is, the same recovery model will be in the newly created database. Fine. So this is full. So let me check you for the SBI. See, every information what there in the model, the same will be copied. Fine. See, here it is full. Now what I'm going to change the recovery model of the model to simple. See, now fine, we have changed the recovery model of the model to the simple. Now the DB which we will create, it will take the recovery model as simple. Fine. So let me show you. I'm again creating one database. Grow. Fine. So this is taking the same information. Now click OK. See, recovery model is simple. Fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you have any doubt about the model database, you can ask me. So these are the, see, in the, if you are going for the interview, they will ask you so many questions. We will discuss the questions also. So your concept should be very clear with all the system database. Fine.
Yeah, the file name is model dev. What is the meaning of this
That was,
DEV?
see, that was the name of the data file. Suppose we are creating any, let me show you again. So sp underscore help dbj store procedure. Later we will discuss this also. So see this model dev is the name of the data file. See, when we are creating any database, when we create any database, two files will be created. Fine. So what will be that files? First will be data file and second will be log files. Fine. Let me show you. So when model is created, we have to, so model dev is the data file and model log is the log file. Fine. When you are creating any database, two file will be created. It is mandatory that two file will be created. One will be the data file and one will be the log file. So here it is the model dev is the data file and model log is the log file. Fine. See, you can
Yeah,
also
why?
check, see, usage is there na, data only, log only. So this is for the data and this is for the log. You can also check. Fine. So let me, we have covered the master, we have covered the model. Now
Yes,
MSDB.
yes.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, why it named as a model DEV means of this
See,
DEV.
this is the default name for the, see, when we, let me show you.
Like DEV every time it use DEV.
No, see, this is the, let me show you for the TempDB also. See, this is for the TempDB. Some naming convention is there for the Microsoft, so
Yeah.
they are using the same.
Okay, understand.
So these all basically these all are the default database. So see, it will take the name. If we are creating any user database, it will take the name grow, and we can also rename this. We can also rename this name of file. Suppose we need to rename the data file name, then we can rename, but it requires a downtime. Okay, so we have covered the master model. Now MSDB. So any idea about the MSDB? So what basically MSDB will do? Any idea?
Yeah, it is actually used by the SQL Server agent for creating
Yes, right,
jobs
right, right.
and
Perfect, perfect. So basically it is used for the automation. So basically I'm audible now?
yeah,
Yeah, so basically it is used for the automation, like job scheduling is there, alerts, we are configured alerts. So we can say, yes, it is used for the automation like alerts, scheduling job. So basically this is used for the automation related things. Basically it will store all the data about the jobs and the alerts. Fine. Suppose someone have taken the backup. Fine. Suppose the Pansu have taken the backup. So I don't know that which path he have taken that backup, right? And once the Pansu left the shift, now I am in the shift. Now I was thinking that where there are so many files are there, folders and there possibilities there he can take the backup in the any of the files and folder. So now I'm going to each and every folder. Now I'm searching that whether where he have taken the backup. So in that scenario, MSDB will be helpful. So in the MSDB, we have backup table is there and recovery table is also there. Later I will show you. So with the help of this tables, we can check where it is, where backup is there, where backup is located. Fine. So this is also basically used for the automation, but it is a very helpful DB. Fine. Now we have fourth one is the temp DB. So any idea about temp DB? What temp DB will do?
Temporary files.
Yeah,
It is
basically,
used to store temporary objects.
yes, basically we can say that it is responsible for the data processing. So one thing is that every time when we are going to start the SQL server, temp DB will be created automatically. Fine. Are you getting my point?
No. Can you
See,
explain?
every time when we are starting the SQL server, one new temp DB will be created. Suppose we are restarting the SQL server, then again, suppose we have two temp file is there, one temp file is already in the work, and we have restarted the SQL server. Then again, one new temp DB will be created. Fine.
Okay.
Are you getting my points? So let me,
Mm.
and one more thing is there, we can't take backup of temp DB. This is the interview question. Let me show you. Task. See, we don't have any option to take the backup of the temp DB. I will show you for the master task. See, backup is there, but it is not there for the temp DB. Fine. So let me again go through with, so basically master is the brain of the, we can say brain of the SQL server. After that model, so model will act as a template. So what new database will be created, it will copy the same information what is there in the model. Fine. Now we have MSDB is there. So basically it is used for the automation related things like alert, scheduling jobs. So this will be for the MSDB and TempDB. So but basically it is responsible for the data processing. And one more thing is point that it will be created every time when we are restarting the SQL server. Fine. Now the question arises here is, suppose our model is down. Hello.
Yeah.
Suppose our model is corrupted. Fine.
Okay.
So can we start the SQL server in that scenario?
Yeah.
Yes.
See.
Only we can't the SQL Server event services, right?
So okay, fine. Any other answer? Suppose our model is down. Can we restart the SQL server? Model is corrupted. So can we restart the SQL server? So this is the Pakka interview question. See, if model is down, we can't restart the, if model is corrupted, then we can't restart the SQL server. Why? Because every time when we are restarting the SQL server, a new temp DB is created. A new temp DB, what it will do? It will take the same path of the model. What
Okay,
information
understand.
is there in the model? It will take the same information. So if model is not there, how temp DB will be created? Are you getting my point, everyone?
Yeah, understand.
See, model is basically act as a template. The same information what is there in the model, the same will be copied when we are creating a new database. So when we are restarting the services, when we are starting the service of the SQL server, new temp DB will be created, right? So temp DB will follow the path what information is there in the model, the same information it will be copied, but our model is corrupted. So how temp DB will be created? Because there is no model. So if our model is down, if model is corrupted, we can't start the SQL server. Fine.
Yeah.
See, MSDB, suppose if MSDB is down, then what will happen? See, MSDB is used for the automation. like scheduling the maintenance plan, just like backup plan is there. So if it is down, no impact will be there, but we don't have the, our maintenance plan will not run. Fine. DB services will be up, but our maintenance plan, what we have scheduled, will not run. Fine. This is for the automation related things. So if MSDB is down, we will able to start the SQL server, but the jobs alert what we have configured, they will not work. Fine. Suppose our TempDB is down. What will happen if our TempDB is corrupted? What will happen? See,
We
TempDB
can
no, we can't start. So SQL server services will be down in that scenario. Why? If the TempDB TempDB is corrupted. So basically, this is used for data processing. So processing will be, there will be no any further data processing. So our SQL server services will be down in that scenario. Fine. So these all are the Pakka interview questions about the system database. Fine. And the last one, can you anyone tell me what was the last DB? Resource. Yes. Resource database. Any idea? Any idea about the
No.
resource database? So basically, suppose see, we are doing the patching. So we are upgrading the we are basically what we are saying that we are upgrading the version in the patching. The same information will be updated in the resource database. So basically, it is responsible for the patchings and all related things. Resource DB. Fine. So this is all about the system database. Very important. All points are very important. There will be so many of the interview question from this point. So make sure you prepare a notes of this. Fine.
Yeah.
See, my question was, when we are restarting the SQL server, in which order the system database will start? Let me type the question. When you restart, any idea about this? Said when we are starting the SQL server, which DB will be first started, and after that which DB will be started, after that which DB will be started.
Firstly, master will start.
Yes.
After that, I think nodal.
Master. After that,
Nodal.
no, after that a resource DB will be started.
Okay.
After that, now model.
Model. Temp.
Now,
TempDB.
yes, TempDB. Finally,
MSDB.
okay. So this is the very important question. This is the master will be started first. After resource DB will be there, model will be there, temp and MSDB. So if you are going for the interview, they will ask you this question. Fine.
Yeah, why resource DB is starting? Can you tell me?
See, resource DB, basically this is used for the all patching related.
Okay.
Basically, resource DB is a hidden database. We cannot see the resource database in the management studio. So what is happening? Suppose if you are patching the if you are patching, so what will happen? Actually, the resource DB version will get changed. So basically, it is responsible for patching and all these things. Any idea about the what is cold backup and what is hot backup? Any idea? See, the for the if we are taking cold backup, then means that we are copying the data files. We are simply copying the data and log files. Fine. So let me show you. See, hot backup means our DB is up, our services is up. In that scenario, we are taking the backup. We are copying the. Okay, let's okay. We will discuss this concept when we are covering about when we are discussing about the backup. So, but as of now, remember one thing that only cold backup is possible for the MSDB. Fine. So later when we will discuss about the backup activity, we will cover that what is the cold backup, what is the hot backup, and which backup are possible on that resource DB. Fine. Let me write here only fine. So when we are creating database, how many files will be created?
Two.
Two files.
Yes, two files will be created. Which will be that two files?
Data file and log file.
Okay, fine. So basically, we can say that we have types of data files. See, when we are discussing about the types, the first is one our MDF, and second one is our NDF. Fine. So MDF is the master data file. So when we are creating this is the mandatory master data file will be created, right? And suppose we already have one master data file and somehow we required one more data file. So we will create we can say new or next. Fine. So when we are creating one MDF will be there. Suppose we want to add multiple data file. Suppose we want to create the another data file. So another data file will be the NDF. Fine. Any doubt on this? See, we can also create the multiple log file, but as of now drive is very cheaper. But earlier when we go for the 10-15 year back, drives were too much costlier. At the time we have very less space at the time, so we were creating the multiple log files also. But as of now we are having only one log file is there, because they are reusable in nature. Once the transaction everything is committed, it is flushed to the data files, space will be automatically released. I will show you later when we are discussing about data files and log files. So this is all about the MDF and LDF. If you have any doubt, you can ask me.
Abhishek, like we cannot extend the master data file like size. We can extend or not?
See, suppose we have given, see what is happening. Let me open this. See, this is our SBI now. Let me go to this properties, files. See, as of now, this is the 100 MB. Fine. So as of now, there is no activity. No data is inserted in our SBI database. So this is 100 MB. So what we have done, let me show. See, auto growth is already enabled. So it will be automatically increased by 64 MB. And how much it will be increased? It is increased to unlimited. We are giving the unlimited size to the data file, because if the data file is full, suppose we have given that, yeah, there will be limit up 2 GB, and 2 GB is already occupied, our DB will be down. Fine. So we are already giving, every time we are giving the unlimited space to the data file, and we are also enabling the auto growth for this. Suppose if it is full, then it will be automatically increased by the 64 MB. Fine.
Okay.
So if you have any doubt, you can ask me now.
No doubt.
One more things was there when we were discussing about the installation. There was authentication modes was there. Fine. So let me show you the authentication modes. See, here we have the authentication mode is there. Window authentication mode is there. So authentication will be happen on the window level, and SQL Server authentication. The authentication will be happen on the. This is the mix mode we are saying, that authentication will be happening on the SQL Server also, or window level also. This is for the auditing. Suppose if anyone is logging to the server, so what information will be stored? If it is field logins, the field logins will be stored in the error logs. So this we can also change. Let me show you. Now I have changed to the SQL Server. I'm in the authentication. Now I will click on OK. See, it is showing some of the configuration will not take effect until you restart the SQL Server. So what does it means? That changing the authentication mode requires a downtime. It's a downtime activity. Fine. So suppose if anyone wants you to say that, hey Sudeep, you need to change the authentication mode. So first we will ask for the downtime. So every time when we are changing the authentication mode, we need to restart the SQL Server. Fine.
Okay. For this, we have to create change request.
Yes. See, if any activity is there in the production environment, and if we are going to make some change in the environment, so it will need one change, and this change should be approved in the cap call also. If it's required, if it is for the production environment and we require a downtime, so get this change approved in the cap. So what is the full form of cap here? Any idea about what is the cap call? Every organization has different time for the cap call. It is scheduled once or twice in a week. So any idea what is the cap call? What is the full form of cap call?
Change advisory board.
Yes, right. So this call is scheduled as per the organization policy every week, and we need to go to this call and make this change approved. So higher authority will be there. Suppose if you are working for the startups, so CEO will be also there in that cap call. But if you are working for the big company, then management people will be there. Fine. If you have any doubt, you can ask me now.
No doubt.
Okay, I have already shown you how to create the database. Simply click on this new database. Give the database name. Suppose Paytm. You have also option to increase or decrease its size, but it will automatically take the information from the model. File group is there. So later we will discuss all these things also. So as of now, simply click on OK. And one more thing. So see, when we are changing recovery model, we will discuss later. But let me show you one thing. When we are changing the recovery model, suppose if any DB is in the, let me show you. So this is the full recovery model. So when suppose I'm changing it to the simple. So when we are changing recovery model, make sure that after the changing the recovery model, you take the full backup. Suppose if you are changing the recovery model and you are not taking the backup, then our DB will be in the pseudo recovery mode. Fine. So later when we will discuss about the recovery models, so we will discuss all these things. So I think today we have discussed about the system database, some interview questions about the database, how we are getting the database, how we are going to stop the SQL services. So I think this is sufficient for today. And if you have any doubt, you can ask me now. Am I audible now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yes, if you have any doubt, you can ask me. And one more request is there, make sure that you attend the class on regular time. So if you missed one class, from the next class, you will not able to understand so many of the things, because when we are going forward, the things will get complicated. So make sure that you attend all the classes. So if you miss one classes, there will be so many of hurdles for you in the next classes. So because class will be going forward and everything new, something critical, something new will be discussed every time. Fine. Okay. So this is for the today. Let's see we are able to connect tomorrow or not. If we are able to connect tomorrow, I will ping you in the group. Fine.
okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much for joining this call. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Abhishek. Bye.